Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. First Responder Broadcasting, bringing you Georgetown Eagle Volleyball live here on the SHN Sports Network. Get that crowd mic going a little bit as St. Stephen's Episcopal School of Austin goes through their warm-up. They got one more minute here. They'll go to serving. Then Georgetown will go through their warm-ups. You're right. We're here a little bit early today. They're ready to go. It's match number 1 of day 1 of pool number 3 in the LGE Leander Georgetown Eastview Tournament. We're going to be live here at Georgetown High School. The Lady Eagles will play here at the 2 o'clock game. They'll play again at 4 o'clock against McNeil High School. And then finish off day 1 of pool 3 at 7 p.m. against Clear Falls here today in pool number 3, day 1. I'm Wally Harmon and bringing you all today's action for Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball. They come in off of a tough road loss to open up the 2025 season. They lost to Leander on the road on Tuesday night, 3-1, and had a nice little visit with Coach Jenny Richardson here a few minutes ago, and fun to talk about. She said the funny thing is a lot of it's on me. It's not on the girls. We scrapped, but Leander played a good match, and she said, I've got about 5 drills that will fix everything we did. And she said, but it's perfect. She hates to start 0-1. That's one thing that drives her crazy. Hasn't done it in the last 9 or 10 years. And so a different start to the season, and they want to right that today with 3 good matchups here on day 1 of this tournament. Next week, there will not be a Tuesday night game. They have not filled that gap, and then they will be on the road to the Fraulein Festival down in New Braunfels on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and we will not be on the road with them, and we will be back live on the 26th, Tuesday, at Vista Ridge against the Raiders in non-district play before the Volleypalooza tournament that we will bring you that following weekend. But Georgetown Volleyball is brought to you by some great sponsors that take care of everything for us, and it's amazing to help out with Georgetown Eagle Volleyball. It's our 3rd season here on the call, and we got the help when we needed it the most from the people that are so proud to bring you Georgetown Eagle Volleyball. Title sponsors, the Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball Booster Club being that to make it all happen. And Piedreros Western Wear. It's down on 4908 Williams Drive in Georgetown. Go see them. They are an amazing store there. Boots, hats, everything you could think of in fine Western wear. Some of the most amazing boots as I walk through the showroom and the store there. Go give them a look. They have everything you could imagine, from work boots to dress boots, men's and women's specialty boots, specialty leathers. It is just so much there at Piedreros. And go see them Tuesday through Sunday through Thursday, I believe it is. Tuesday through Sunday. It is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They're open there at Piedreros. And then the set sponsor brings you all the sets all year long. Proud sponsors are CSCT, the construction specialist of Central Texas. They are proud to bring you Georgetown Volleyball here on SHN Sports by your First Responder broadcast team. As I look for all my paperwork here on set match number 2 of the season. But the owners of CSCT, John and Lynn Krogh, and Jeremy and Rachel McDougall. First and foremost, happy birthday to Rachel McDougall. It is her birthday here on day 1 of school for Georgetown High School today. And so happy birthday to Rachel. And then also City View Bible Church jumped on and said, we want to support and get involved in the community here. And they are a sponsor of Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball. Georgetown's warming up right now. They'll get ready to go against St. Stephen's, the Spartans, Episcopal High School in Austin, Texas, here in match number 1 on day 1. Head coach Jenny Richardson. Just fun to talk about. So much going on. A new coach, new assistant coach. The head varsity assistant is Victoria Ratcliffe. She comes into Georgetown in her first season, and big things expected for her. She is the head volleyball coach for JV and the varsity assistant, and they're also joined by Ashlyn LeCan Cook. She just got married about a month ago. Congrats to Ashlyn Cook and Coach Jason Allgood. The managers for Georgetown, Addison Prees, Colby Hansen, and Kelsey Herron. Team composition, Georgetown, a young, experienced team on varsity. You got 5 seniors, 8 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a freshman, but only 2 returning starters on this volleyball team from last year. Only 2 returning lettermen on this team, and that's your two of your juniors. in Mallory Miller and Amelia Albright. And Amelia Albright, got to talk to her after Leander the other night. Huge shout out to her. Committed this summer to continue after next year when she graduates, and she will be headed to the University of Florida to play for the Lady Gators. And I asked her, I said, what if Texas comes calling? What if those opportunities open up? And she said that Addie Guido, the former Georgetown Eagle that is now at UT, said, can't wait to see you again in the SEC. And so what an awesome opportunity, and congratulations to Amelia Albright, as she will continue her playing career once she graduates in the next 2 years here at Georgetown at the University of Florida. Georgetown goes to their service warm-ups here in the last minute of warm-ups. We'll get ready to get things going when we come back shortly here on the SHN Sports Network. Stay with us. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a moment. Get ready for set number one, Georgetown Eagle Volleyball, brought to you by Lady Eagle Volleyball Booster Club, Piedreros, and then CSCT, the set sponsor for Georgetown Eagle Volleyball this season, and City View Bible Church. We get ready for set number one, Georgetown and St. Stephen's, the Spartans. The Spartans will be on the left side here in set number one. They are in the black tights, white jerseys, the white long sleeve jerseys that go from white down to red on the sleeves, the libero in the long sleeve gray jersey with blue numerals, or purple numerals. They are purple, red, and white for the Spartans. Georgetown, the home team here in set number one, match number one, in the blue tight spandex and the baby blue volleyball jerseys, short sleeve jerseys. On the front row is number 13, Emery Anderson, along with Amelia Albright. And at number 3, Ellie Linebrink on the front row, Mallory Miller. And Macy Gates on the back row, along with Madeline Bradley, the freshman. Gates will come out on the back row for the libero, Jordan Pitcatley. And then number 13 for St. Stephen's, Charlotte Perkins will come out on the back row for the libero. The libero will be number 12, Sydney Gray. Also on the floor for the Spartans, number 11, Nadia Kareem. And we'll go over their roster here in a minute. Number 16, Ayler, Catherine Ayler. First serve. And it's going to be there for an ace from Amelia Albright. So Georgetown takes the early lead here in set number one, 1-0. Best of 3 in the tournament for all the matchups here in this tournament over the next 3 days. And the first team to win 2 sets will take it. Albright, jump serve, deep, played up by the Spartans. The set to the far side, the attack off the block, dug by Bradley, but it goes over. And miscommunication there for the Spartans allows it to hit. So Bradley's overpass doesn't hurt Georgetown there, and they take the 2-0 lead. On the floor, Lions Whelp is number 20, number 16 on the floor as well, Catherine Ayler. Serve from Albright. Serve receive, a scramble here, and a free ball sent over by Bowman. Quick set by Albright, just over Emery Anderson, so a turnover there. Side out back to the Spartans. They pick up their first point, and a 1-2 score now as the Spartans trail by 1. Back to serve for the Spartans goes Ayler on the near side. Serve across. Pitcatley up to Albright. Back set. Mallory Miller. The kill for Miller. Down the far sideline. Side out back to Georgetown. 3-1. They lead it by 2 here early on at set number 1. As the fans start to fill in across the way. Mallory Miller now to serve for Georgetown. The jump serve from the far side. And an ace there for Miller off of the shoulder of number 20, Lions Welp. Point for Georgetown, 4-1 lead. Georgetown will take a break after this set match, and then they will come back to take on the McNeil McNeil Mavericks. We'll figure it out, I can't remember. McNeil High School at Round Rock ISD. Serve for Miller, played up. Set to the far side. The attack by the lefty, short. Played by Bradley. Back set. The attack there by Linebrink. Played over. And down for the point for Georgetown. 5-1. Georgetown with the early lead here in set number 1. Coaches for St. Stephen's Episcopal School. Head coach is Paula Trejos. Assistant coach Stephen Height. Miller with the high toss. The jump serve. Far side. Played there. Second touch goes awry towards the back. Point to Georgetown. 6-1 lead now for the Lady Eagles. But McNeil and Georgetown will do battle. Scheduled for 4 o'clock. There'll be a matchup between this one and that one here in the tournament. And then Georgetown will close out session 1, day 1 of the tournament. At the 7 p.m. matchup against Clear Falls. An ace there for Mallory Miller. 7-1, and that'll bring a timeout from head coach Paula Trejos of St. Stephen's. We'll take it with him. Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball will continue in just a minute here live on the SHN Sports Network. Out of the timeout, the first of the set for St. Stephen's. The serve from Mallory Miller. We'll reset that serve. Whistle hadn't blown yet. Now Mallory Miller will have the serve. 7-1 Georgetown lead. Sends it deep corner, far side. Played up. Set to the far side, the left-handed attack off the block. Finds it down for the kill by number 10, Elise Bowman. Side out back to the Spartans, 2-7. They trail by 5. A nice swing by the lefty there. Back to serve goes number 17, Sydney Durrett. For the Spartans, jump serve across the way. Miller up to Albright. Quick set, the tip over by Linebrink, and found the gap right behind the double block and drops it in there on the tip for the side out. 8-2, Georgetown leads. Anderson out, Gates back on in the rotation, and the libero, Jordan Pitcatley, back to serve for the Lady Eagles. Serve, deep corner, just out wide here on the near side. First service error of the set for Georgetown. 3-8 now. Spartans trail by 5. Perkins back on the front row, the libero. Sydney Gray back to serve for the Spartans from the near side. Serve across, Miller up to Albright. Set, back row attack, Mallory Miller dug by the Spartans. It'll be set to the near side, the swing by Bowman. Finds the back line for the kill. Took a little bit off of that, sent it deep, and it landed right on the back line for the kill. 4-8, the Spartans trail by 4. Gray to serve again. And an error there on the service by Gray. It's long and outside out back to Georgetown. One service error apiece for Georgetown and St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's will send a free ball over. Slide set there, tipped over by Gates. Spartans get it back over. Now Albright will set it up. Bradley swing off the block, played by the Spartans. Set it here to the near side. The swing by Bowman, blocked at the net by Bradley. Another block by Albright. The Spartans tip it back over. Albright back row attack. Miller will tip this one over. Played by Bowman and the Spartans. They'll get ready again. The lefty swings down the near line, played by Ketley. Albright near side. Bradley swing to the back corner. A touch on it there by the Spartans, up into the rafters onto the basketball goal. And it's going to be stuck up on the basketball goal on the far side of the court, up into the stanchions of the basketball goal. So Coach Richardson will go over with the down ref to find another good game ball. Reserve that point. Bradley, Gates, Albright on the front line for Georgetown. Pitt Ketley, the libero, on the back row with Mallory Miller and number 16 now in, Riley Holland to serve. And a beautiful ace there by Holland. Drops it over the net just behind the 10-foot line. And unable to get a good serve receive on that where the Spartans point to Georgetown. 10-4, they lead by 6. Serve by Holland. Set here, Bowman's left-handed swing down the line. Pitt Ketley with a good dig. Set it up for Bradley, the tip over. Spartans with the diving attempt. The overpass gives Georgetown a free swing at it. Slide attack by Gates, dug up by the Spartans. Far side, the tip over the double block, dug there by Holland. Albright, near side, Bradley. Her swing, a good kill there. Off of the block of Bowman and Perkins. Point to Georgetown, 11-4. Georgetown by 7. Holland from the far side of the back line gets ready to serve for Georgetown again. Serve played by the Spartans. Back set, the lefty Bowman off the block and a kill there. Changed the direction of the ball. Miller dove to her right, unable to get a good touch on it. And a side out back to the Spartans. 5-11, they trail by 6. Substitution here is number 7. Mina Talibi comes in for the Spartans. Number 17, Sydney Durrett. Bowman serve across, dug by Bradley. Set her back up, across court attack, dug up by the Spartans. Free ball set over by Gray. Georgetown a free chance here. Albright sets it up. Bradley sends it to the far line and a kill there for the freshman, Madeline Bradley. Side out back to Georgetown, 12-5, Georgetown by 7. Madeline Bradley gets the kill there. Lions Whelp will check out for the Spartans. On comes number 18, Ava Ellis. Madeline Bradley, the big kill there, the 5'11" outside hitter, freshman on the team. Nice serve by the Lady Eagles. McDougal had a beautiful serve, and there's the cross-court attack from the near side to the far corner by Mallory Miller. Pinpoint shot there. It's the point for Georgetown, 13-8. Georgetown by 8. Kendall McDougal, the 5'4" junior defensive specialist, onto the back row, serving for the Eagles. Checked in for Bradley on the rotation. McDougal to serve again for Georgetown. Serves it, nice deep corner, this time played up by the Spartans. The attack off the block, kept alive by Gates. It goes over. The Spartans have a free shot here. It'll set up, quick attack, blocked at the net by Macy Gates. A nice block there by the junior middle blocker. Point to Georgetown, 14-5. Eagles by 9 here in set 1. McDougal back on the far side. It's the sign from Coach Jenny Richardson. The serve from McDougal to the middle back row, played up. Set to the far side. The attack by the Spartans is going to be an unforced hitting error there by Talibia. She sent it long and out. Point to Georgetown, and now a 10-point lead for Georgetown, 15-5. Serve from McDougal, a nice one here at the near corner, played up by the Spartans. To the far side, Talibia, a little roll shot over. Dug up there by Holland, set near side. Mallory Miller, left-handed tip to get it over to keep it inside the antenna. And the Spartans will set it up. And the hit there by the Spartans goes into the net. Ava Ellis on the odd angle. Point to Georgetown. 11-point lead now as McDougal continues the service run here for Georgetown. Deep serve, and it's going to be an ace off the arms of the libero Graves. It dropped right before the back line. And a 17-5 lead for Georgetown now here in set number one. Day one of the LGE, Leander Georgetown Eastview tournament. Here in pool number 3 at Georgetown's main court, McDougal sends it into the net. After a long run, trying to skate it right over the top. Side out back to the Spartans of St. Stephen's. 6-17, they trail by 11. And back to serve goes Ava Ellis for the Spartans. High toss, the jump serve by Ellis. Cross court, McDougal with the dig. Nice pass up to Albright. Miller with the tip over, played by the Spartans to the far side. The swing off the block. McDougal, or that was Riley Holland, tried to dive to her right to the far line to make a play, but out of bounds off of the Eagles. 7-17. Ava Ellis, middle of the back line. High toss, jump serve across the way. Pitketley up to Albright, back set. Miscommunication there. Miller sends the free ball over. St. Stephen's will reset near side. The attack off the block, dug by Holland. Albright will set near side. Miller, her attack cross court. Ellis has the dig, and it finds no man's land here on the near corner. Point to Georgetown on the side out. 18-7. Georgetown leads it. Amory Anderson back onto the front row. Back to serve goes Macy Gates as the libero, but Ketley steps off the floor. Gates served the far side. The attack here by the Spartans. Sydney Durrett sends one right to the back line, down for the kill. Side out back to the Spartans. 8-18. They trail by 10 here in set number one. Start to see some of the principles filter in here in day one action of Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball here in the tournament. Principal Brian Johnson, Mr. Brandstetter. Set up, the slide attack there by Anderson, dug by the Spartans. Nice play by Ellis. Free ball sent over, but blocked back down. There it is, Amelia Albright playing the net. And goes down and dunks that one back down on the overpass right at the net. Point to Georgetown. 19-8, Georgetown by 11 here in set number one. Substitutions as Linebrink comes back in for Riley Holland. Ellie Linebrink, the 5'8 senior outside hitter. Back to serve goes Amelia Albright. The toss and jump serve. And a rocket ace by Amelia Albright. Makes it 20-8 for Georgetown. Albright, the 5'10 junior setter. Drops back to serve again from the far side. Leading by 12 here in the first set. The opening match of the tournament here at Pool 3 in Georgetown High School's main court. The attack dug by Pitketley up to Albright, set near side. Mallory Miller, her attack there for a kill. Mallory Miller swinging here from the left side, gets the kill. 21-8, Georgetown by 13. And Albright back to serve again for the Lady Eagles. Albright's jump serve, rocket across. Ellis, pass over, far side, free ball sent over. Albright has the first touch. Pitketley near side to Miller, her swing. Down for a kill, another big swing by Mallory Miller. Bowman unable to get a good touch on it to dig it up. Georgetown has another point, 3 points shy of a first set win. 22-8. Albright the toss, the jump serve. Another rocket off the chest of Ava Ellis for the ace. 23-8 now for the Eagles. Day 2 volleyball of the tournament. We'll be back here live, Georgetown High School tomorrow. 9, 11, and 2 the times for Georgetown volleyball. Albright serve across the way. Spartans get a touch on it. Pass back to the middle. Free ball sent over. And the Eagles a free set up here. Albright will set it quick near side. And it's tossed to the end, and it's going to be out on the back line as Amory Anderson sent it a little too much powerful. So a side out back to the Spartans, 9-23. Substitution here as Talibi checks out. And back onto the floor comes number 16, Catherine Ayler. Ayler from the near side gets the sign and ready to serve. Line break, Albright, back set. Anderson off the block. Scramble for it. The Spartans keep it alive at the scorer's table. Free ball sent over. Miller, Albright, quick set. Anderson, the tip over and the kill on the quick set. To Anderson, side out back to Georgetown, and we're at set point. Madeline Bradley checks back in. Kendall McDougal will come out as Bradley will go to the front row for the Eagles. Mallory Miller to serve for set number 1, 24-9. The high toss, the jump serve. Long, and it is on the line for the ace. Nice serve there to end it. 25-9 here in set number 1. Georgetown gets the win to take a 1-set lead in this best-of-3 matchup. We come back. It'll be set number 2 between your Georgetown Lady Eagles and the St. Stephen's Spartans. Stay with us. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in just a moment. Looking for a church that's grounded in the Bible and built on real community? City View Bible Church, North Austin, proud sponsors of Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball, are here to help you grow in your faith through solid teaching, authentic relationships, and ministries that meet you where you are. From recovery, marriage ministry, vibrant kids and students programs, there's a place for every stage of life and for everybody. Join us this Sunday. Learn more at cityviewbible.org. That's cityviewbible.org. City View Bible, proud sponsors of Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball. We get ready for set number 2, and that brings us our set sponsor, CSCT, the owners, John and Lynn Krogh, Jeremy and Rachel McDougal, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Volleyball. They bring you each and every set of Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball this season. And we get ready to go to action here. Set number 2. Lady Eagles win set number 1, 25-9 over the Spartans of St. Stephen's Episcopal in Austin, Texas. Set number 1, Georgetown, 2 service errors. St. Stephen's had a 1 as we move to set number 2. Georgetown will be on your left side here, and St. Stephen's will open up the service for set number 2. The other night against Leander, Georgetown only had 6 service errors in the 4 sets against the Lions. And so a fun great job there in the opening matchup of the season. Not a lot of service errors where Leander guilty of a lot more, well over 10 on the night. but only 2 here in set number 1 for this matchup against St. Stephen's. We'll go to the roster, or the lineup on the floor for the Lady Eagles here to start out set number 2. On the front row is Amory Anderson, number 3, Ellie Linebrink, and number 4, McKenna Stengel. On the back row, Kendall McDougal, Amelia Albright, Amelia Albright, and the libero, Jordan Pitketley. Back to serve for the Spartans. And a rotational error by Georgetown. So that'll give point number 1 to the Spartans on the whistle. That's Catherine Ayler to serve again. Flat-footed serve. McDougal up to Albright, far side. Stengel with the attack, dug up by the Spartans. Set to the backside, the punch over, off the block, played by McDougal. Albright, far side. Stengel, her swing, blocked at the net. But they're going to say it was into the net, not off the block. And so they'll give the side out, or the point, to the Spartans, 2-0. They lead it here in set number 2. Ayler back to serve again. Flat-footed serve, center cross. Stengel, Albright, slide attack by Anderson, cross court. And it was dug up by Ayler there, but the ball went across the net and out here on the near side. Side out to Georgetown, 2-1. Georgetown trails by 1. Substitutions here is number 1, Scout Robinson. Will check in, the 5'5" senior outside hitter. Stengel will check out. Mallory Miller back to serve for the Lady Eagles. The toss up, the serve across. The Spartans with the serve receive, set it near side. The attack by Bowman. And an attack and a kill for the left-handed swinging Elise Bowman. Give her the point on the side out, 3-1. St. Stephen's leads it by 2. Back to serve goes Sydney Durrett. Serve just across the net. Ellie Linebrink trying to backpedal there for the second touch, ends up tripping and falling down, so the ball out of bounds. Point to the Spartans, 4-1. St. Stephen leads by 3. As Durrett to serve again, the jump serve into the net, service error. Number 1 of the set for the Spartans, second of the match. Point to Georgetown, 2-4. Georgetown trails by 2. Anderson out, and Macy Gates back on the front row. For the Lady Eagles, Pitketley, the libero, to serve. A nice scramble there by the Spartans, but unable to get a good second touch on it. Goes out of play. Point to Georgetown, 3-4. Lady Eagles trail by 1. Pitketley back to serve from the far side of the back row. A toss up and the jump serve across, and an ace there. That ball moving all over the place. That knuckleball serve there ties it up at 4 apiece now. Here in set number 2, Georgetown, the 1-0 lead, winning set 1, 25-9. This tournament, every match is the best out of 3 sets. In tournament play, Pitketley overpass on the serve receive, and Macy Gates hammers it back down on the overpass for the kill. 5-4, Georgetown takes their first lead of the second set. And Jordan Pitketley back to serve again for the Lady Eagles. Pitketley, the 5'6" sophomore libero. Far side jump serve across the way. And another ace for Pitketley. I tell you what, she's got a killer serve. That is on fire here in set number 2. Is that knuckleball moving all around as it crosses the net with a little bit of pace on it. And now Pitketley to serve again with a 6-4 lead for Georgetown. And another ace here for the Lady Eagles, 7-4. Substitution coming here for the Spartans. This will bring in number 14, Kaosi Mba. She will come in for number 18, Ava Ellis. Pitketley to serve again, jump serve. Gray has the first touch, Mba, and now a free ball will be sent over by the Spartans. Linebrink to Albright, set it. And Macy Gates with a big swing and the kill for the Lady Eagles. 8-4, Georgetown leads it. Macy Gates, the 5'10" junior middle blocker. It's the kill from the far side. And the service run here for Pitt Kepley continues in set number 2. Jump serve across. Gray has it, set to the far side. Bowman will toss it over. Dug by Pitt Kepley. Albright back set, tight to the net, gets punched over. But Imba unable to get a good touch there. And Georgetown will get the point. 9-4, they'll lead by 5 here in the second set. And Jordan Pitt Kepley continues the service run here for the Lady Eagles. From the far side, jump serve, and this one into the net. Service error number 1 of the set for Georgetown. Point to the Spartans, 5-9. They trail by 4. Substitutions here. As Perkins back in, and Kareem checks out. Back to serve goes Gray, the libero for the Spartans. Serve across the way. Miller with the serve receive. Set up for Scout Robinson. A little punch roll shot over. Dug up by Gray. Here comes Bowman. The big swing. But an unforced error. Sails long on the back line. For the side out. Back to Georgetown. 10-5. Eagles lead it. Linebrink will check out. And back on for the Lady Eagles will come number 16, Riley Holland, the 5'9 sophomore. She'll go back to serve for the Lady Eagles with a 5-point lead. Holland from the near side. The toss-up jump serve. Mba with a swing, but it's blocked right at the net. Macy Gates and Amelia Albright right there with the double block. Send it back down for the point. 11-5, Georgetown by 6. As Holland continues to serve. Riley tosses it up. The jump serve, middle of the back row. Pass up tight at the net. Scramble for it. Bowman sends it, but too long. And a nice play to recovery there by Elise Bowman. But just a little too much power on that one. Sends it deep of the long line, of the back line. Point to Georgetown. 12-5 the lead for the Lady Eagles as Riley Holland gets the sign from Coach Richardson. Now ready to go. Serve across the way, middle of the back row. Pass up, the set to the far side. Little collision there, but Bowman gets it over. Albright will take a swing at the second touch and hammer it down for the kill. Point to Georgetown, 13-5. Quick timeout here by head coach Paula Treos of St. Stephen's. We'll take it with them. Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll continue in just a moment. Quickly out of the timeout by St. Stephen's. And the serve by Holland. Imba will play it up. Set it back to Imba. Across the way, but wide on the far side. Point to Georgetown, 14-5. Georgetown by 9. Scoreboards went out though to reset that. And now Holland again, near side jump serve, deep on the back row. A scramble here and a free ball sent over by the Spartans. Pitt Kepley, Albright dumps the second tip over. Played there by the Spartans. Now Mba with a swing. Back row, Miller. Albright, far side. The swing by Robinson into the double block. And the Spartans keep it alive. Free ball sent back deep. Miller up to Albright. Show quick set, backside. Macy Gates, the swing. Blocked at the net. Spartans keep it alive. Bowman plays jump ball at the net and tips it over for the point. Side out back to the Spartans, 6-14. They trail by 8 here in set number 2, and back to serve goes Elise Bowman. For St. Stephen's. Talibi back on the front row for the Spartans. Elise Bowman's jump serve. Near side, Robinson up to Albright. Quick set. Gates tips it over the double block and down for the point. Side out back to Georgetown, 15-6. Robinson will check out. Kendall McDougall back on in the back row. Mallory Miller off on the front row, and on comes Stengel. for the Eagles. McKenna Stengel, the 5'7" senior, back to the front row. Kendall McDougal back to serve for the Eagles. Middle of the back row. Sends it across. Bowman will set it near side. Talibi will send it across. Pitketley, Albright. She'll take the second touch and hammer it down. Give her a kill. She loves to take that second touch when it's open. Finds the spot and sends it down for the point. 16-6. Georgetown leads by 10. McDougal to serve again. Near sideline. Played up. Bowman with the second touch, and Imba sends over a free ball, but it goes wide on the far side. Point to Georgetown, 17-6. Kendall McDougal set to serve again here for the Georgetown Lady Eagles. Sends it near sideline. Bowman will set it up. Talibi with the hit, but an error into the net. Point to Georgetown, 18-6. Eagles by 12. A one-set lead here for Georgetown. Chance to take this match 2-0 if they can win it here. Toss up, McDougal, a little floater over just behind the 10-foot line. And the attack by the Spartans, sent long by Talibi, out on the end line. 19-6, Georgetown leads it. As the junior defensive specialist, Kendall McDougal continues another service run here for the Lady Eagles. In set number 2, the serve by McDougal, deep near side corner. Spartans will get it up, second ball. Now the third ball sent over on a free ball. Albright will set it up in the middle. Stengel with the attack. Nice dig by Gray. Spartans will set it far side, but tips it over, but into the block, but he'll keep it alive. Battle at the net, dunk back down. Amelia Albright patrolling the net there for the Lady Eagles. Gets the block of the kill on that one. Sends it back down. Point Georgetown, 20-6. They lead by 14. McDougal moves to the middle of the back line. The toss, a jump serve. That one's deep and floats long. Service error for Georgetown. Second of the set, fourth of the match. And the side out back to St. Stephen's. 7-20, they trail by 14 here in set number 2. Correction, 13. As Clear Falls comes back into the gym. They'll get ready for action as they will play here in the next match against McNeil. The attack by the Lady Eagles, Riley Holland, sent long on the back line and out. Point to the Spartans, 8-20. Serve by the Spartans. What a play there by Amelia Albright. Super tight at the net. She goes up and takes the second touch and sends it to the far line for the kill. 21-8, Georgetown by 13. Pitketley and Gates will come off the floor. Back to serve goes number 5 for the Lady Eagles. Trisha Carson Walker, the 5'5" senior. Toss up, jump serve down the near sideline. Set to the near sideline. The attack for the Spartans. A big swing there by Durrett, but it is long and out. Point to Georgetown. 22-8, Georgetown by 14. 3 points away from a 2-set sweep in match number 1 here on day 1 of the Leander Georgetown Eastview tournament. Serve by Carson Walker. The Eagles attack. Tipped over by Holland. Bowman will set near side, but too tight. Awkward approach there by Durrett. That ball at a weird angle into the net. And that'll be a point to Georgetown as it went into the net off of Durrett. 23-8, Georgetown 2 points away from this 2-set sweep. Trisha Carson Walker. Near side, the jump serve across the way. Gray will play it up. Bowman near side. Durrett the swing. Cross court and on the sideline. Nice on the far line. Good swing there by Sydney Durrett for the kill. Side out back to St. Stephen's, 9-23. Libero Gray will step off on the rotation here. It's Kareem back on in the front row. Back to serve goes Charlotte Perkins for the Spartans. Flat-footed serve. High arcing, drops behind the 10-foot line. McDougal, Albright, far side, Stengel, the attack and the kill. McKenna Stengel with the kill, and that puts it to set point and match point for the Eagles. Line bring back onto the front row. Riley Holland will check off, and back to serve goes Amelia Albright for the Eagles. 24-9, Georgetown a chance to win it in 2 sets. Here over St. Stephen's. Albright, the jump serve, sends a rocket on the near line, and it's there for an ace off of Durrett. And Georgetown wins it 2-0 over the St. Stephen's Spartans. 25-9, 25-9. Georgetown wins it. They go 1-0 here in the tournament on day one. They'll get a break here as McNeil and Clear Falls will play here in set number 2, our match number 2. And after that, we'll come back and bring you Georgetown and McNeil live here on the SHN Sports Network. Thanks to our sponsors, Lady Eagle Volleyball Booster Club, Piedreros, Western Wear, CSCT, Construction Specialists of Central Texas, and City View Bible Church. Thanks for joining us for the first match of the day. Lady Eagles victorious. They improved to 1-1 on the year, 1-0 here in the tournament. We'll take a timeout, call it quits. We'll create a new link. We'll send it out. We'll tweet it out, and hopefully see you back here live for match number 2 of the day between Georgetown and McNeil. Thanks for joining us. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. See ya in just a little bit.